Hi everyone, my name is Dave. Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to Wilde Reads. Tonight I thought I would share with you a little experiment I'm going to do. Now the last couple of months reading has not, well, I haven't really planned it. I've just been sort of reading by whim, just finishing a book, wandering over to the bookshelves and just picking something out. I did make a spring TBR a little while ago, but haven't really stuck that rigidly to it, and I'm not sure why. So the aim of tonight's video, I'm going to do a May TBR, and just as a sort of experiment really, because I was searching through some old videos last night and I came across a video that I made called the 5-star prediction list. And this was something that was started by the wonderful Mercedes over at Mercy's Bookish Musings, and I chipped in too, and I made that video last September. And the basic premise of the video was that you were to choose some books that you predicted that you would give 5 stars to before reading them. So I made the video and I listed a load of books, and I shall link that for you down below to have a look at, and just to remind you really what books I listed. This was last September. I haven't got to reading any of those titles yet, and I thought, well, this is an absolute disgrace. It is now, it's the 1st of May tomorrow as I'm filming this. This is the 30th of April, it's the 1st of May tomorrow, and I haven't read any of those books yet. So I've got to start really scheduling. I think I'm going to try and schedule some reading and schedule some books and schedule some titles to read. So I thought if I do 1 or 2 of that list a month, by the time it comes to the 1-year anniversary of making that video, I should have cracked that list, and just in time to make another one. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to schedule a couple of those to read every month. Any buddy reads that I've got will obviously be scheduled. I'm going to try and read a classic that I haven't read every month, at least one, and try and read a non-fiction, and the rest, if I've got any spare space left at the end of the month, then that will be for whimsical reading. So where I do just walk up to the shelf and go, I'll try that one, or I'll try this one, or I liked her first book, I'll try her second book. So this is what I'm going to do. This is the experiment. So let's see if it works. I shall come back in a month's time and report on my progress. So my TBR for the month of May is as follows. I was supposed to read this book at the weekend, never got to it because I was finishing off a poetry book and another short non-fiction book as well, which you will see in my wrap-up come this Sunday. So I plan to read this month. This is The Music Shop, which is the latest book from Rachel Joyce. I have started it. I think I've read the foreword. Yeah, so that's how far I've got with it so far. But it's May, tomorrow. So I'll start it tomorrow. So this is Rachel Joyce. She was the author of The Unlikely Pilgrimage of Harold Fry, which I absolutely adored. I read it in hardback when it came out. I think it was about 2013. Loved it. I've got the follow-up. And I've got her next book, which was called Perfect, I think, which I haven't read yet, but they're on the shelves waiting for me. So the premise of this book sounds right out my street. It's about a guy who owns a music shop that only sells vinyl. And I've read some reviews on it already, which I don't always do before reading books, because sometimes people unintentionally give away a spoiler or 3. I was intrigued to find out what people thought of this, and the consensus seems to be that if you can stop YouTubing the songs that it mentions every 5 minutes, then it is a great read. So I'm really looking forward to reading that one. Then on the 14th of May, I'm due to do a buddy read with some booktube pals of mine. And we're going to be reading this, which is Ordinary People from Diana Evans, which I've wanted to read since I featured it on one of my 6 book videos. So that's due for a buddy read. What else am I going to read? To tick my thriller crime box, I'm going to read the latest one from Joseph Knox. This is his second novel with this gorgeous, look at these, look at this, what do you call these? What do you call this part of the book? It's the end. There is a technical name for this which escapes me. But anyway, so Joseph Knox was the author of Sirens. And I've got the Waterstone special edition of that, where this bit is all red. So this is The Smiling Man. This is the follow-up to Sirens, featuring the detective Aidan Watts. And I loved the first book. I love Sirens. I love Joseph Knox has got this wonderful, very urban, gritty noir feel to him, and he's really, really good. So this is definitely wedged in for the month of May. Then, to tick my 5-star prediction box, I'm going to be reading a book that was pretty high up on that list, and this is A Place Called Winter by Patrick Gale. Love Patrick Gale. I did make the mistake over in the UK. A few months ago, there was a televised 2-part drama called Man in an Orange Shirt, which I thought was adapted from one of Patrick Gale's books or stories. It wasn't, it was just written for TV, but it was fantastic. So I really, really do appreciate it. I've seen a lot of interviews with Patrick Gale, and he comes across really, really well. He seems like a really interesting person to talk to. I wanted to read this for ages, so this is pretty high up on my May to read. My non-fiction for May, my non-fiction pick for May is, I haven't hauled this yet, this is Going to Hurt by Adam Kay, who's a junior doctor in the NHS over in the UK, and this is sort of a whistleblower really. This is a sort of very no holds barred, gritty depiction of what it's like to work on the front line in our NHS, and it's supposed to be, I haven't heard a bad thing said about this book. It's supposed to be brilliant. I picked this up in Asda when I was shopping for gin, and I thought, oh, I've wanted that for a while, so I bought it. Now, to tick my women's prize list reading, which isn't going at all well, I've only read 2. I'm going to give this one another go. I've already tried to read this once, and I think I got about 70 pages in, so I'm going to give it another go. This is Sing Unburied Sing from Jesmyn Wald. This is out in paperback now as well, if you didn't know, and look at this fabulous cover. I've mentioned this before, but this cover is beautiful. So I'm going to read this one, and to tick my classic box, I'm going to read, and this is embarrassing because I've never read To Kill a Mockingbird, but here it is. I've got one, this tiny edition. This is the 50th anniversary edition. Can you see that? Over 30 million copies sold worldwide. The 50th anniversary edition of Harper Lee's To Kill a Mockingbird, and I'm ashamed to say I've never read this. So out of those 30 million people have read it, and I'm not one of them. So I'm going to read it, and it's been something I've been meaning to read for years. Absolutely years. I've had about 3 editions of this, and this is the only one I've got left, so I'm going to read this. So it's a bit small, and the text is a little bit dense, but I'm sure I'll get on with it fine. I've got new glasses, so I should get on with it fine. So yes, that's it. And then if I've got any space to read after that, if I've got any days left in the month, then I shall just go on a whimsical read, and I'll just wander around the bookshelves and think, oh, I'll give that a go. So that's what I've got planned to read in the month of May. I'd love to know what you've got planned to read in the month of May. I've seen a few people's TBRs cropping up over the last 24 hours. So that's it. Let me know what you're reading. Let me know what you've got scheduled for the month of May. I will be back tomorrow with a book review. I'll see you then. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye.